live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day, committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, marketing, and so much more. Estate sales on today's show as well. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, where our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Pull out your smartphone, save our Consumer Advocate hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372. Call or text our Consumer Advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. ConsumerQB.com is our website, blog site, a plethora of information available for you at ConsumerQB.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors, over 80 show partners on our quarterback show here, Consumer Advocate content, and also on the contact form on the right-hand side. Just click on the contact form. There's going to be an email that comes directly through to us, and we're going to make sure that we get back to you no matter what type of advice you're looking for. Could be legal connections, legal advice, CPA, financial advisors, real estate, credit improvement, health, nutrition, marketing, so many different areas that we help you in, and we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We're going to help you win. Giving a shout out to Hula Bay, one of our restaurant partners. Hula Bay down on Tyson Avenue in beautiful South Tampa. Waterfront ambiance, excellent food, a variety on the menu, excellent staff as well, very friendly staff. Weekend is hopping down there at 5210 Tyson Avenue in beautiful South Tampa. Hula Bay, go say hello to Todd and let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Let's go around the horn now, make our introductions. Back in studio, Anna Vandlandingham, Pinterest Pro Solutions. Welcome back in.
Thank you very much, Brandon. I'm glad to be here today. And as he said, I own a company called Pinterest Pro Solutions, where I manage your Pinterest account and drive traffic to your website.
Excellent. I love it. We're going to talk about historical hotels today. Historical hotels on Pinterest Pro. Pinterest. Teo Leonard back in the house, the web design ninja. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, thanks. Always a pleasure to be here. I thought today we'd talk a little bit about website speed and some of the ways that you can improve your website presence, particularly those people that chose to do their own sites with WordPress, and some of the common mistakes that people make.
I love it. Yeah, common mistakes. Frequently, things are happening out there, so we see the patterns. You model success, and you find out from Teo Leonard how to design your website properly. Also, Stanley Armstrong in the house, estate sales specialist, everything but the house. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you. Excited to be here, Brandon. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm representing everything but the house, and I'm going to talk a lot about estate sales, how we can help people that are moving, dying, downsizing, as well as how we can help everybody out there that's looking to purchase things that they need to put in their houses, patios, vacation homes, that they could also utilize by getting from our awesome website.
Moving, dying, downsizing. Interesting. Okay. And yeah, definitely helping you win in any marketplace. That's the goal of our show here on the Quarterback Show. And we want to help you with whatever connections you're looking for out there. We want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial wheel, your business wheel, marketing, health. There's so many ways that we can help you. So as the hub, think of each spoke extending out as another one of our preferred partners. And we want to engage you. We love it. We had a great week last week. A lot of people calling in, finding out more. They're kind of raising their hand. Hey, yeah, Brandon, I want to know more about credit improvement. How can I improve my credit? How can I avoid identity theft? Brandon, I want to find out how I can stop paying my landlord's mortgage for him, paying rent, and getting into home ownership. I have questions about family law. I've got questions about estate planning. So many different ways that we can help you. That's why we set up this show. Let's jump right into it. Also, later in the show, actually, we've got the top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. So that's going to be our top 10. We want to have our expert contributors here guess that on the show. And let's go ahead and jump into it. Anna Vandlandingham, Pinterest Pro Solutions. And what are you seeing out there, Anna?
Well, what I'm seeing out there is that Pinterest really is making a way into the market. People are starting to recognize the power of Pinterest, not only for their SEO, but as far as buying power is concerned. And the reason that I decided to focus on historic hotels is because 80% of pinners are planning to travel somewhere, and they haven't yet determined where they want to go.
Nice.
So, a lot of hotels nowadays, I just attended the Southern Innkeepers Conference, and, their big concern is these online travel agents. Well, if they were on Pinterest and they had boards on Pinterest, then they would get people in that aspiration stage where they're looking for where they might like to go on vacation, on their honeymoon, or girls' weekend, whatever, and give them ideas. And then that image is a click through to their website. And
I like that.
So, it would give them a jump, so to speak, on those online travel agents.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. That's actually how we picked our place in Cozumel. We were searching for pictures of a certain style. We wanted that palapa, etc.
Exactly.
And we found the resort by going through Pinterest, and the end is that showed up in Google, and then we picked it based on what the resort looked like.
Nice.
And you made a good point in that a lot of times when people Google for something, the Pinterest image is going to come up.
Absolutely. I mean, that's...
And so as a result, you get found that way too. Even if they were not on Pinterest originally, they were just Googling. Because on the first I'll say it in a minute, the first page of Google a lot of times is someone's Pinterest image, and then that's a clickable link to your website, a call to action. And of course, the key is you got to have a Pinterest-ready website.
Right.
Yep.
You have to have a Pinterest-ready website. It has to all work together in order for it to be successful.
So, Anna, you help business owners and managers or salespeople understand more about Pinterest and how to put their best foot forward in that space.
Exactly. That's really the first thing I have to do is help them to understand how it works.
Right.
Because they really don't. Because Pinterest is so different from the other social medias, and so I have to explain to them. Like realtors think, I'll just put my houses up there for sale and that's it. But there's a whole strategy there that you have to do. And like with the hotels, I tell them you need to show them other things. For example, Four Seasons Hotel, after they set up their Pinterest account correctly and so forth, they had a 1,000% increase to their website per day.
Wow.
Now think about that. That means if they had one, now they have 1,000 per day.
Pretty good.
That's pretty strong.
So, but that's because they did it correctly. And one of the things that they did, which I thought was just so cool, was that they offered a concierge service, so to speak, on their Pinterest account. So you could go on there and you could say, I'm coming to Dallas, for the Dallas Four Seasons. Where are some good places to eat? Because people like to get information from the locals. And so they would have someone answering those questions and interacting with those people.
Wow.
And so it really took off and all. So, but that's it. And so many people think Pinterest doesn't work because they don't do it correctly. And they don't give it a chance to work like it's supposed to work.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Just kind of like you were mentioning, I want to kind of throw this to Teo as well. So when it comes to images, is that a reason why some of these images, because if you're properly, tagging or you're embedding the keywords into the images?
Right. What we recommend with everyone that's doing a website, if you have a product or a service that really is best described visually, we always recommend that you put those out on Pinterest as well as on your website, and you define what the image is, etc. Because of the power of social media, whether it's on Pinterest or Instagram, etc., YouTube for videos, those are indexed so well by Google that a lot of times if you're searching for a certain type of product and it's on Pinterest, that will show up before actually the people's own website will, and then it can go back to the website. So it's kind of an all-inclusive solution.
Yeah,
and it's because of the power of Pinterest with the entire widespread of images that are available that it's quickly becoming a pretty decent search engine for things that are best described visually.
And you made a good point about Google indexing, because the founder of Pinterest, of course, worked for Google. So he's given Google open access.
Yep.
And what the bots like is they like the fact that on Pinterest, things are already grouped together. And so that's the reason why it's so good for
Good point.
getting you on that first page. But you also made another good point of writing descriptions.
Oh, you have to imagine that you're describing the image to a blind person.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Google actually has some cool capabilities to determine what is in an image, but in reality, you want to describe that as if you're describing it to a blind person, and put all of the features, et cetera, that apply to that image as well. So not only if you're trying to take a picture of a beach, a resort on the ocean, you want to describe that, it also has, the resort has free Wi-Fi, or that it's all inclusive, or that there's 7 restaurants in place.
Exactly.
Because if you're looking for a certain type of property, same with your houses that you're going to list, all of those details come into play, and the more information you provide, the better Google will index it. It's kind of education, information, and then sales. If you're just trying to pump sales down the throat,
Right.
you can spend a lot of money and get nowhere.
I like that. So education,
Exactly.
information, and then that's going to lead to the sales, right?
Correct. But if you're trying to just sell something, that's the worst thing. That's the biggest mistake you can make, whether it's on your website, whether it's on your YouTube video, whether it's on your Pinterest account. You want to inform people and provide a solution, or educate people. That's actually better.
Right.
So if there's a way that you can turn it into an educational service or event, that will do better than the information.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're so right. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is how all of this works together.
Yep.
It's not just one magic bullet. And you have to be patient with that and it working together. You can't just throw up a website and all of a sudden you're going to get all this traffic tomorrow,
Yeah.
Same thing with a Pinterest account or anything else for that matter. And you have to understand that all of this is going to work together.
Comprehensive marketing plan. You look at the ability to have, you have a blog, and then you're going to pump out, new information. You're going to back to the educational piece that Teo just talked about, educating, and that's what we take great pride in here with the show is doing. And then you look at the next steps. Okay, so the blog is going to connect your website. It's going to have, potentially some pictures in there. You're going to be repeating some keywords, some of those key particular words that you're going to have, houses for sale, Tampa, or whatever the case may be.
Well, but you also don't want to keyword stuff.
Right.
That's kind of also your worst nightmare. Is we see that all the time on people that build their own websites, is they have all these keywords, but then there's no content associated in the paragraphs of it. So they've named their image this, house for sale, waterfront Tampa home, waterfront Tampa home, waterfront Tampa home, but then there's nothing within the content that indicates that keyword. And so that actually will lose you points. And
you got to describe it more, talk in detail about it more.
Right. And provide education and information about it.
Yeah, I like that. All right, excellent. Some good topics here, talking about Pinterest Pro Solutions today. We're talking about the web design ninja, Teo Leonard in the house, marketing, web design. Also coming up, we're going to talk with Stanley Armstrong, estate sales specialist, everything but the house. And we've got our top 10. We're going to ask our expert contributors here the top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors, and more from our expert contributors. Giving a shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. They are referred for a reason. The Maids Cleaning Service here in Tampa Bay. Stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
On November 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, your radio and TV stations will participate in the first
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
Listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. Just featured in Florida Realtor Magazine again for the third time in the July issue coming out. Very cool story that they did about prospecting, and they highlighted our radio and TV show, some of the things that we're doing to help our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. We've got a couple of hot ones here from Platinum MVP Realty, commercial asset out in Riverview. Great buying opportunity here at 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. This is a great property. It's got a corner lot. You're close to downtown Riverview. $520,000 just reduced as well. And it's a great buying opportunity. You got an operating business there, a chicken spot, and 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. And we have a beautiful property at 7657 132nd Way in Seminole. It's Whispering Forest at 7657 132nd Way in Seminole. 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, multi-level, 2-story property here. Pool home with no HOA or CDD. Just reduced down to $399,000. A great buying opportunity from Platinum MVP Realty here in beautiful Tampa Bay, helping you win in any marketplace. And in studio today, Anna Vandlandingham, Pinterest Pro Solutions, Teo Leonard, Web Design Ninja of Tampa, Stanley Armstrong, Estate Sales Specialist with Everything But the House. And we are giving a shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet, meal plan starting at $90 per week, optimal fuel, optimal performance, Healthy Gourmet, all organic veggies, all natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. And I love it when Monday, Wednesday, Friday roll around. I get my new order in, and it's awesome food, excellent food, and it's different types of food as well. I love it. It's the taste buds they're not sure what to expect every day from Felicia. So it's great. That. Yeah, mixing it up, right? All right, so we're back here in studio helping you win. Coming up, we got the top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. We're going to have our expert contributors guess that and go around the horn there. And let's talk to Teo Leonard now, Web Design Ninja, and talking about the proper way that people are supposed to design their websites and making sure they're mobile. A lot of cool applications out there. Tell us more.
Yeah,
Teo, can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
something we said just a few minutes ago about the images. He said the images need to be horizontal, and I said, oh, no, vertical. To me, that's such a good point about how it all has to work together.
Yes.
Okay. If you don't have all the different players working together, they're not going to know these kinds of things. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. When we build a website, it's kind of interesting when we're working with the customers. a lot of the times we're doing a slider, and we're actually redoing Brandon's website, and I need very horizontal landscape images for the slider. But then when we do the gallery, more often than not, we have to end up doing 2 or 3 galleries to handle the different aspect ratios, and people don't think about what the images involve. I'll never forget, we had a customer that had a marine construction business, and they would go and they'd take pictures of their installs, and on one of the pictures they had the hose was coiled up on the dock, and they had hosed some stuff off, and of course it had a dry spot where the hose coil was, and their competitor used that nonstop with, we found this out at a boat show. They're like, oh, see, it stains already.
Oh, wow.
They don't even properly treat their product, and it had nothing to do with that, but an image that they put cost them a lot of business because the competition wasn't playing nice. What I want to touch on today is we see this all the time, particularly on our Facebook groups and posts, is people go, hey, I'm looking for a website, and you get a couple dozen people, oh, just download WordPress and install it, and it's a piece of cake. You can get a template for $39 on ThemeForest, and you can add these plugins to do this. And it's kind of funny. We and I posted this on Facebook the other day. We had a site, and the customer called us because they go, we're just not seeing the sales that we thought we would see. And so I installed some software to monitor it and track it through Google Analytics for Speedwise. And we realized that 70% of the people were bailing out of the shopping cart because the cart was slow. Well, they put in a plugin that, they got the free version, because it's open source, right? To see what the cart was doing. And it turns out that was adding 8.5 seconds on average to adding a product to the cart, to check out, to click the payment button, etc. So in the end, it was taking about an extra 50 seconds to try to check out and buy a product.
Wow.
And 70% of the people were leaving. When we looked at the plugin, the guy that wrote the plugin actually went back to his server to run the JavaScript files and the programming rather than including that properly in the plugin. And, it's sad. I mean, it costs several $100s for the people to have it all fixed and cleaned up, and so now it's down in 3 seconds instead of a minute. But the sad part is they were losing thousands of dollars a month,
right?
And they don't even know that. We touched on that a couple weeks ago when I was in here. Is if you're going to have a real business, you really need to hire a professional.
That's right.
We've built over 3,300 sites, and we specialize in websites that work. And we were joking the other day, we should really call ourselves a web repair company, because we've been repairing 3 to 5 sites a week for the last 2 years.
Come on, man.
Our competitors seem to be our best referral sources right now.
Right.
It's that, but it's just, you got to pay attention to the pictures you're using, the content, and we help all of our customers with all of that. And the speed is important. You don't realize what you lose because you cut a corner. They wanted to save $1,000 and it cost them probably $5,000.
Yeah. Let's dive deeper on that. Teo Leonard here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, the web's design ninja in the house here. So, Teo, let's dive deeper on that, because there's systems and there's ways that you can literally heat map and see where the mouse goes, right?
Right. We can put hotspots in, and we do that. We actually have 3 sites that we're in the process of redoing, where they called us and said, hey, it's time for a refresh. And what we've done is we've gone in and edited their existing site so that we can watch how people are interacting. And in one of them, it's a company up in Maryland, and they do basement waterproofing. And just like a similar company down in South Shore that we work with, it turns out that most people that are calling the phone number are looking at the family pictures, because it's a family-run business going back to 1952. And people that are looking at the history in the family call to book a service. So as we build that site, we take all of that into effect and all that into account so that we can have the proper effect to turn that business and get them a higher conversion rate when it's done. We track everything with Google. We install all of that. That's standard on a site. Takes a couple of hours, but you got to do it the right way.
Yeah, do it the right way. Make sure you're out there putting your best foot forward, being proactive, working with professionals. These are the resounding advice that we keep hearing week after week, day after day here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to position you to win. So make sure you reach out to our hotline. Anything that you heard today so far on the show, 813-670-7372. Give us a call, 813-670-7372. And also consumerqb.com is our website, blog site, a plethora of information available for you at consumerqb.com. So baseball umpires are used to making close calls, but one MLB ump made one on the way to the ballpark that saved a life. Find out about more in our Tell Me Something Good segment and more from our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also, the top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. You're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, published author and a professional speaker. We'd love for you to check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We're teaching people how to start their own radio show and also a podcast and ways that you can do that as well. I've got some cool, exciting stuff going on behind the scenes with that as well, looking at syndication into other markets. And giving a shout out to Signature Facial massage and facial spa, that is. Swedish massage, $49 here. Early bird rates, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday. 1 hour Swedish for $39.95. And a great location out in Town and Country area, 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa. Signature massage and facial spa. They have all types of contracts, or no contracts needed here. Swedish massage, deep tissue, sports massage, signature massage, couples, as well as facials as well, spa services, eyelash eyebrow tinting, salt scrubs, reflexology, a lot of cool things at Signature Massage and Facial Spa in Town and Country. So no contracts or memberships available, and waxing and body treatments as well. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get a discount. The RELAX code is RELAX there for your discount code. In studio today, Anna Vandlandingham, Pinterest Pro Solutions, Teo Leonard, Web Design Ninja of Tampa Bay, and let's bring in Stanley Armstrong now, estate sales specialist, everything but the house. Welcome back in, sir.
Thanks. Good to be here. And as I was listening to Teo talk over here about the website, it really made me proud to really think about EBTH's website. Because if any of you guys have been on there, EBTH.com, you see that it's so well done with the bidding. We've got right now over 1 million active buyers from 150 countries that are on the site. And, of course, the way that we work is, I'll back up to bring us in what we do, but we are the world's premier estate sale marketplace.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are thinking, hey, estate sales so that we can just come in and sell our furniture. And we do that. That's where we get our stuff from. We want to come in and we want to sell people's furniture. But we want to sell everything in their house. That's why we're named the company's Everything But the House. We're not going to charge for our service. We're just going to take a percentage commission, just like the realtor does, of whatever we sell and what the total sale does. And right now, we're actually we're averaging about 3 to 5 times higher than traditional other options that people may be trying to use as they're doing estate sales, because of the global audience, because of, when you have over 1 million people in from 150 countries buying, drastic things that might not be important here in Tampa to people can be very important to people out in the Midwest or even overseas. And it's really cool to watch what's going on with the website. One of the coolest things that we do on our site, when people are buying and they get down to the last 5 minutes, most sites like an eBay or something that, the sales and the auction's ending, and it would just cut off. The sale would just stop. Whoever had the fastest internet connection at that point, the sale would cut off. Well, what we do is we actually add 5 minutes as long as there's activity. So when a bid comes in within 5 minutes of the set close time of the sale, we add 5 minutes to the sale. And you can actually watch a ticker bar. Immediately it comes up and it goes extended time, 5 minutes, and it starts counting back down. And then if another bid comes in, it extends 5 more minutes, and it'll do that as long as people bid. We just sold a painting right after Christmas. It was a Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot painting, sold for $120,400. Keep in mind, everything on our site starts at $1, no minimum, no reserve. And because of the activity on the painting, it was at $68,000 right 1 minute prior to the close of the auction.
Show you the money right there.
That's right, man. And it was cool to watch it because of that bidding psychology. 3 people competed for the next 3 hours and 41 minutes past the close time. About every 3 minutes they were bidding against each other, and that took that painting up almost double in price from what it was. And that's what we're going to do for our sellers. We're going to make sure that we get the max dollar for their stuff.
Yeah, I like that. Maximum exposure, maximum profits. That's the idea behind EBTH.com. Everything but the house. Stanley Armstrong in the house here, estate sales specialist. So yeah, I love that idea. So you take that internet philosophy to an older model, and now you perfected this model, it seems. And the traditional method is, hey, we're going to put some ads in the paper. We're going to stick some bandit signs in the corners, try to direct as many people in the local area. Right. But you guys have a much better model.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put down what those people are doing. That works well for the people that want to do that. But let's go from taking 1, 2, 3, 4 estate sales a month to let's go what we're doing now. We're now doing over 350 estate sales a month.
Yeah.
Which it's a totally different audience, and plus people are buying online. So much more nowadays. So this allows them the ability to, and this is where comes back what Teo was talking about, descriptions and photos. That's why we have professional photographers that come into the people's houses and they photograph. With the people we hire are professional photographers. They're going to come in and photograph the items to make sure that, number one, the photographs are showing the best detail about the items. Because in an estate sale, you obviously realize it's not new stuff.
Right.
So we want to show not only the great stuff about the item, but we're going to show any imperfections that are on the item too, because people are basing their sole decision on buying on that description and that picture. And now we put lots of pictures too. For example, when we sell a car, we'll have over 100 pictures of a vehicle. which, by the way, that's something people don't know. We actually sell cars, boats, motorcycles, jet skis. We sell literally everything but the house. Jewelry is the number one seller right now on the website because it's the easiest to ship.
Yeah.
And
as we were talking before the show, it's amazing what people buy.
Yes.
When my grandfather passed, we were sorting through things. I'm starting to throw stuff away, and the auctioneers, we had a state auction, and they're like, don't throw that away, and we had a tub of yardsticks. My grandfather was a handyman and stuff like that, so every year the different hardware stores would give away these yardsticks, and we had like a 55-gallon drum of all these yardsticks. It went for $5,700.
Wow.
And I was going to throw them away because I'm like, they're a bunch of yardsticks. Who's going to want that?
Yeah, you never know.
But then the furniture, who knows? But it is amazing. I think it's probably important to point out that people shouldn't throw anything away when they're, downsizing, et cetera. Just
I'm
fire it off to you and let you go.
I'll make them an offer again with you.
You didn't know that offer was coming. That's an offer you didn't even see coming.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up because that is true. That's what we tell people. For you guys that are out there listening that have friends or family members, that need a service for us to come in, or even yourself, we want to make sure that before you get rid of anything, you call us. Let us. I'm going to come out there and do a free consultation for you.
That's right.
I'm going to walk through your house. I'm going to look at your stuff. I'm going to snap photos. I'm going to write that down. descriptions. We're going to show you comps on things that are similar to what you have in your house to show you what we're selling them for on our website. So I just, that's the biggest thing is don't throw it away. We just had a lady. That she passed away. The children go into the house and they said, "Hey, Mom, she wasn't wealthy. She didn't have anything in their mind." And next thing they go through her jewelry, they take all the gold jewelry themselves to keep it, but they left all the silver jewelry. And they were like, "Oh, this is costume jewelry." So they do this bag of costume jewelry. Well, we get it. We start going through it and realize, because we have a full gemology department at our distribution center in Cincinnati, our headquarters. So we have 5 full-time gemologists. Well, they started going through all these items and they found out that, wait a minute, there's a ring in there that's a 12.19 karat blue sapphire.
Wow.
That ring it was appraised at about $30,000 is what our gemology department basically assessed. And we don't put prices on the site, though. Obviously, it just starts at $1. We have the descriptions, the measurements, the clarities, all that things. But that ring sold for $47,625.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's money they left on the table. They would have left on the table.
Right. Yeah, because they were about to donate it as costume jewelry.
Wow.
Just going to donate it. And we said, please don't throw away anything. Don't donate anything until we look through it. We'll leave you the stuff to donate. Trust me. Yeah. If you want us to. Or we can handle donations if they want us to do that. We also handle trash removal if they want us to handle that as well. But that's all based on the individual.
I would think another thing, talking about the silver jewelry, that some people may mistake platinum jewelry.
Yep, it was a platinum ring. That's what it was.
Yes, and platinum is more expensive than gold.
Yep.
So, that's
platinum. I like that. I like that name. Platinum.
You do.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do a call to action right now. Then, if you know of someone that may be looking to or be in one of these 3 categories, I love that: moving, dying, or downsizing. Or estate sales, have a potential need for estate sales. Why don't you reach out? Save our hotline number 813-670-7372. Shoot a call over or text. Just text the word estate sales to 813-670-7372, and it's 670-REQB is the acronym there. So yeah, Stanley, I love what you guys are doing there. And I remember also in one of the previous shows, you talked about one of the gentlemen that you hired off of another popular show.
Yes.
What's the name again?
Yes, his name is Graydon Sykes. He's from Antiques Roadshow. We hired him as our director of fine art last year. Tremendous guy. Actually, I talked to him on Tuesday this past week because I was doing a consultation for a $12 million home. And just one of their paintings is about a $30,000 painting.
Nice.
And what's cool is, they've got a lot of art they're going to sell with us, but when we're doing their entire state, we're doing their entire state of a $12 million home. So you guys definitely want to start looking out for that one and following our website because it's got some really cool stuff in it. But immediately I saw that painting. So what I did is I text Graydon, and I don't know that much about paintings myself, but we have the experts that, it's like Henry Ford says, I don't have the answers, but I can get the answers.
Yeah.
And,
great story. Yeah. Great story about Henry Ford, about the turn of the century. What was it? One of the newspapers was calling him all these bad names. And he says, no, I'm not actually those names. And he filed suit against them, and he went in and he said, listen, I don't know the the specific date of whatever they were asking. He said, but I got a button on my desk that will summon the person to me, that will tell me that answer. So yeah, great stuff. More from Stanley, Armstrong, Leonard, Anna Vandlandingham coming up. And we're also going to talk about the top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. And we've got an awesome story in our feel-good story of the week. Baseball umpires are used to making close calls, but one MLB ump made one on the way to the ballpark that saved a life. Find out more in our Tell Me Something Good segment. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, everybody. I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 701 East Crenshaw Street in Tampa. This is in Seminole Heights area. It's a pool home, fenced-in backyard, and it is a great buying opportunity here. Completely renovated, remodeled, basically a brand new home here at 2,358 square feet, and just reduced down to $254,000. Great buying opportunity. Check our Facebook page. We're putting a lot of pictures up of this property, getting a lot of traction on the Facebook page as well. Platinum MVP Realty. 380 Bridle Pathway in Tarpon Springs is another great property that we have listed. It's 380 Bridle Pathway, Tarpon Springs, $290,000. Keystone subdivision close to Brooker Creek Elementary and East Lake High. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, pool home, fenced-in backyard. Great opportunity to purchase in beautiful Tampa Bay. And giving a big shout out to Michael Lysenko. He's our Safe Money Coach. He's a fiduciary. He can help you with your investment portfolio. He can even do a review for you if you're looking at investments in the stock market, maybe some insurance policies, some applications there. Michael Lysenko is our Safe Money Coach, and he can help you with that. We'd love to hear from you at our Consumer Advocate Hotline, 813-670-7372. Give us a call, 813-670-7372. This song's shout out to Anthony here. All right, so we're helping you win in any marketplace, no matter what you're facing out there. And in studio today, Anna Vandlandingham, Pinterest Pro Solutions, Leonard, Web Design Ninja, and also Stanley Armstrong, Everything But the House. And let's see, let's finish up with Stanley here. We were talking before the break, or during the break, actually. I had a question about, if there's a bid that doesn't come through, they don't actually purchase. You said they go to the number 2 guy.
Yeah, exactly. So typically on items, you got people that are bidding. Obviously, it's a 5-day live auction, so there's bids that could be as low as 10 bids, but there's things that go as high as 500-600 bids. And what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that the item goes obviously to the number 1 bidder. But if they don't pay for whatever reason, which doesn't happen very often, but if they don't, then it's going to go to the second highest bidder. Okay. And what we do for the seller is we actually will still pay them their commission, which is a 60% commission. We still pay them at the highest bids that came in, even if we accept a lower offer. So we just eat that cost to make sure that the seller maximizes their profit.
Oh, that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice to do. All right, so let's jump into this here. We're going to do our top 10 list. Let's see where you guys stack up here. So top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. All right, we're going to start right here with Anna. Ladies first. Facebook, you got it.
Twitter.
That's the.
That's all there is to it. All there is to it.
You took the low hanging fruit. All right, Anna. Teo.
YouTube's number 2, I'm sure.
Teo, you are correct. Stanley.
I'm going to have to go with Twitter, number 3.
Twitter is actually number 4.
Oh,
downward.
Okay,
it's moving down.
Pinterest or Instagram.
Pinterest is actually down the list. Yep. You got that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to go Instagram's number 3.
Instagram is number 3. All right. Now it's getting to the meat of the conversation. Let's get into the hard stuff here.
Mm.
What's number 5? Give me number 5 here.
Or
go ahead. Just guess.
I'm going to go with Vine. The video stuff has been climbing, so it's got to be 5, 6, 7.
Vine is 6. Yeah, Vine is number 6. Any other guesses? Snapchat it has disappeared from this list. Right. I remember they were higher before.
Yeah,
they disappeared. So let's see. Number 10 is Flickr.
Yeah.
Flickr with and let's go through.
How is that even still alive?
Well, it says it says a popular photo sharing and hosting service with advanced, powerful features. Supports an active and engaged community where people share and explore others' photos.
Yeah, and it's probably have to do with backups and stuff like that. I think are still tied to the Flickr.
112 million visitors. Okay, unless this is in billions.
It's got to be a billion.
Yeah, 112. So Facebook says, let's see, 1,940,000. Or is that going to be? Is that
isn't it one?
It's going to be a trillion then.
Isn't it 1,900,000,000? It's right around 2 trillion, I think.
They got me cut off on the side here. I can't tell. But yeah, so basically almost 2 trillion visitors per month. Is that about right?
Yeah, my college roommate is the business VP of business marketing for Facebook. So nice. I end up chatting a lot. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and then you look at number 9 is Tumblr.
Yep.
So Tumblr is a micro blogging site, social networking website. Let's see. Number 8, Ask.fm is an anonymous question and answer platform website used regularly by lots of young people in Ireland and around the world. It allows anyone to post anonymous comments and questions to a person's profile and is increasingly being used as a means to communicate abusive, bullying, and sexualized content. Okay.
Maybe that's why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. So there's your top 10 social media platforms in terms of monthly visitors. So yeah, just kind of recapping there. Facebook number 1, YouTube number 2. That's stuff we've known. We talked about. That's why it's so important to incorporate videos into your marketing strategies. Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, rounding out the top 5. All right, good stuff. And here's our feel-good story of the week.
Tell me something good.
So an MLB, which is Major League Baseball umpire, shares incredible story of saving woman from jumping off a bridge. MLB umpire John Chompang's quick thinking helped save a woman's life who was about to jump off the bridge in Pittsburgh on Wednesday. He told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette that he was walking across Roberto Clemente Bridge in the afternoon before Pirates and Rays game when he saw a woman climb over the rail. Since no one seemed to know what she was doing, he went over to talk to her, and here's part of their conversation. "I'm not going to let you go," he said. Let's talk this out. We'll get you back over here." "No one wants to help me," she repeated. "Just let me go." No, we're here to help you. You'll forget me tomorrow. I'll never forget you, he said. You can have my promise on that. During their conversation, per the story, Champagne also hook his arm around hers. A couple of times she slipped off her legs and became dead weight. Champagne recalls the video. I was just thinking, God, this has got to be a good ending and not a bad ending, and just held on for dear life. As he held her, someone standing nearby called 911 and they joined the two pain and holding the woman on the bridge until help arrived. So he says that you never know what someone's day is going to look like. He said it's a nice day. Everyone's out for a walk and somebody's not having the same day you're having. I was just glad to help. So there's our feel-good story of the week. Pretty interesting there. Let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
Right. Lightning rounds, top tips, things to do, things to avoid. Anna Vandlandingham, you're up first.
I have to say, in listening to the top 10 list of the number of visits to the social media, one of the things that people need to take a look at is what does that produce? What's the interaction? For example, if you take a look at that in one of my clients, the referral to their website, Pinterest had 2,716 in a month, but from Facebook, 133. And
interesting.
From Instagram, only 23. And from Reddit, 2.
Good
okay? And so you have to look at the whole picture there. Yep. And then also 87% of the people that go to Pinterest, they go there to buy something. And that's not necessarily true of the other social medias. And I always want to point that out because when you're, as being a former economist, you can make statistics say a lot of things.
Right, exactly. No, I like that. That's absolutely true. Teo Leonard, top tips, things to do.
Hire a professional or just ask a professional to review your website to make sure everything's correct. But, on a side note, or something that is equally as important is get out of the AOL, Gmail, and Yahoo accounts. Get your own email account. I actually got a kid apply for a job that I'm not hiring, but he solicited. And his email was 420experthighschool@yahoo.com.
Nice.
And I'm like, okay. And then, I got a customer that emailed me, she's looking for a website, and they have the domain name, and, it's Trixie69 at AOL.
It's very nice.
Use that.
It's very nice.
So,
alrighty.
I don't know. Get a professional.
Population. And when I have somebody email me with an AOL email address, I'm like,
Stanley.
So I'm going to say biggest tip, if you got anything to sell and you just say, hey, I'm not moving, I'm not dying, I'm not downsizing, but you got stuff you want to sell, we can still sell that for you. So jewelry, we're going to get you top dollar. Vehicles, if you got a car that's over $8,000 in Blue Book value, call us because we're getting over 30% above Kelley Blue Book value on average. So excellent. I want people to know doesn't have to be a full estate. Call us. Let's do a consultation because we can still get items sold for you guys.
That's right. Reach out to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to plug you into our network of expert contributors, and we want to help you win no matter what you're facing. Giving a big shout out to Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. Spanish ancestry meets cool Mediterranean attitude on the intercoastal waterway there. You can bike to the beaches. They have rooftop yoga on the weekends. They've got karaoke Thursday nights. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get a 15 to 20% discount off of your room stay at the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach, and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up leftover food, handing it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. Continue to tune in to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com. Check out our website, consumerqb.com. On Twitter, @BrandonRhymes1. And check out our Pinterest page as well by Anna Vandlandingham. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.